Good evening, everybody. It's Crystal from Coffee, Crochet, and Cuddles coming to you tonight with hopefully not too long of a video. I've been a little bit under the weather. I came home from work on, well, Monday. We'll say Monday. I started with a little tickle in the back of my throat, and I thought, oh, no big deal. Here we go again. Just another cold. Well, that went from cold, and then I went to work on Tuesday, and I just cough nonstop, and took some NyQuil, went to bed, woke up 4 a.m., just completely, I could tell I had a fever. I was drenched in sweat, felt like every joint in my body was aching, nothing was feeling right, so I knew I had to take myself to the hospital. So I did. Took myself to the hospital. My temperature was 102.2 at the time, and they tested. Obviously, they're running all kinds of tests now with the whole coronavirus going on, which is not fun, by the way. That is not a very fun thing to be tested for coronavirus or for flu. So it's like two separate nasal swabs. Even if you just get tested for the normal flu, they still swab your nose with a big long Q-tip, and it feels like it's tickling your brain. So they take one for regular flu, and then they took one for coronavirus. Sorry, I'm umming a lot. My brain's not in here right now. So they got the results back, and I have influenza A, which is why I sound completely not like myself right now. So I've been home Wednesday, Thursday, and tonight, Friday. Unfortunately, my work note does not extend past Friday because for some reason my emergency room doctor, even though he told me I should be fever-free for 24 hours, doesn't realize that tractor-trailer drivers don't really have a Monday through Friday work schedule. We're 7 days a week. So, I'm feeling, menza. I have been promised a very short run tomorrow, so we'll get that done and over with. But my last video that I came out with was so short, and I do apologize for that. It was just been so crazy busy with everything going on that I just wanted to show you guys that I am supporting Lion Brand's campaign for Hat Not Hate, and I do intend to continue making blue hats. I have one on my hook right now, and it's just a pattern that I fool around with front post stitches, and I like to have the post work all the way from the crown, so it ends up being 72 stitches, and I'll do that for the entire part of the hat, and then I'll have to do a decrease when I get to the brim. So that has no particular pattern to it. Just like the hat that I was wearing in my last video, that was no particular pattern. Somebody did ask me that question. I'm sorry I didn't get to answer you. That's just a simple beanie hat. 12 double crochets, increasing up to 60 until you get to your desired length. Hey, sorry. So since we've been so busy in trucking right now, the one thing that's been keeping me going is Sharon from Sharon's Crochet Corner has a Zoom, and her Zoom is totally awesome, you guys. If you haven't checked out Sharon's YouTube channel, please do so. She's such a friendly person. Wonderful. Dana told me about her Zoom, and that's what's keeping me going and keeping me on the road. Now, my bag came in from Joe for Joe Totes. Let me see. Do I have her card right here? Hold on. Okay, I do have her card, and here it is. Joe Tote. And that's her Gmail. And her bags are all custom made. She does not have an Etsy shop. And let me tell you that her bags are worth every cent. So mine came in, and here it is. It's all purple fabric. And this beautiful button right here that she does by hand. And that's a snap. And it goes into a front pouch. And she puts a little custom stitch marker to match the bag as well. See if you can see that. Right there might be too close. It's a, let's see. It has a little C on it. And I didn't ask for any side pockets because I'm in the truck and I don't want anything to fall out of the side pockets. She gave me the zippered top, which was what I requested. And it's a nice inside canvas with a big inner pouch. And she has her little stitch markers here that she gives you. And the darker bottom, which to me is important because it makes it easy for me to set down on the inside of a truck. So gorgeous, and I thank her so much. She's probably going to be extremely busy. So if you guys want a bag by her, you need to contact her and let her know, because as of right now, she is about 2 months out for her custom bags. So one more thing, and then I'm going to end the video, because as you can hear, I'm sounding worse as we go along. In our Zoom, we just talk about everything. We talk about life, we talk about crochet, everything comes up. So I met this very nice lady. Her name is Jo from Jo's Web. And she was saying she had started a project and she was realizing that she didn't have enough yarn. And she couldn't find it anywhere. She was going all over the place that day looking for it. I'm like, well, what yarn are you looking for? Because most of us have yarn stashes. It's our guilty pleasure. So she's like, well, I'm looking for a Caron latte cake. And I was like, well, I have Caron latte cakes. I'll look. Maybe I'll have some. And I was like, what color do you need? And she says, oh, I'm looking for the pepper ash color. Well, it must have been a very popular color last year because I couldn't find any in any of my stores either. I mean, and they were during that Michael's clearance that was going on. So I said, okay, there's none in my stores. So I was going to send her just some from my stores if they had any, but there was none. So then I'm like, oh, now we get to go on a yarn hunt. I love it when we get to go on a yarn hunt in our yarn stash. And I happened to find 2 cakes. And I was like, okay. So I told her, I says, I found it. Let's do a swap. And she didn't really know me that well. And she's like, well, what do you want? I says, surprise me. I says, really? Doesn't matter. To me, yarn is yarn. I love yarn. I says, I'm just not a fan of the lighter weight yarns. And that was, and I says, oh, my favorite color is purple, if you really want to know. So she sent me a bag. And I have the card somewhere, but it was so gorgeous. It was a little Snoopy card. And so here I sent her extra stuff along with the 2 Caron latte cakes. And of course, she sends me way more than 2 things of yarn. Because that's how us yarny people are. We always send more, you know. We're such giving people. And so she sent me lobby yarn. So she sent me this one, the Katrina in the thistle. Beautiful purple, which of course now I don't have any room on my lap. And she sent me Yarn Bee Dye Works, and that color is violet. There's quite a few of these. I didn't count how many she sent, but she sent quite a few of those. Enough to do a pretty big project if I wanted to on that one. Let's see how many yards on that one. 120 yards, so yeah, I think there's got to be like 7 of them. Ooh, Joe, you spoiled me, girl. Joe, you spoiled me on that one. That one I'm going to have to think long and hard on. I might have to take a bigger hook and a lacy stitch, and I might be able to get a summer top out of that one. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. And the last one she sent was an I Love This yarn. And look, I love this color, purple. This one is just so gorgeous. And this one, that is called the Purple Gradient now. So, yeah, that's coming up pretty true to color right there. Oh, so beautiful. How it just kind of has this gradient. Oh, it was better. That's because the light behind me is doing weird things to it now. So that came from Joe, and my goodness, she totally shocked me. And she was expecting only 2 Caron cakes. Come on now. Everybody knows that we all send way more than we give. So 2 more hats that I just did for the Hat Night Hate campaign. And I did say that bag of yarn was going to be the last thing, but I'll show you guys really quick. This is Fiber Spiders waffle stitch hat. So I did that. This was such a fun yarn to do that hat with. I thought it was perfect for that stitch. Sorry, I'm about to lose my voice. So, one more. And this one is just a plain blue one. Let me see the ball. I got both of those ball bands. So the waffle stitch hat was Bernat Super Value Stripes, and it is a yarn eater. It almost took that entire thing, and that is 264 yards, and it almost took the whole amount. So that is scrap, pretty much. And then the other one is a Heartland yarn, Lion Brand Heartland, and this one is color Olympic. And this is this hat. And this has no pattern. Again, this is just me playing around. So it's a normal beanie increase, 12 in the center, out to 60. Once I got to 60, I did 1 complete round of 60 stitches. Then the next round I did 1 double crochet and then 1 cross double crochet all the way around. And then the next round I did double crochet all the way around. Then I did another round, 1 double crochet, 1 cross double crochet, all the way down until I got to the end here. And then I did just like a brim with front and back post double crochets. So this has no pattern. You all, I have reached my limit. I'm exhausted. I hope everybody's well. Please, I am a truck driver. I have to work. Tomorrow I have to go back to work. If I didn't have to work, I would be staying home. Everybody, it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your health status, do us a favor. At this point, do not go out unless you absolutely have to go out for groceries. There is no reason to congregate in big groups or little groups at this point. Wash your hands. Don't cough cough into your elbow. It's because not only is Corona going around right now, but the regular flu is going around at the same time, because I got influenza A right now. So I got it from somebody who brought it to work when he should have been at home. That's the problem right now. Too many people are feeling like they have to go to work even though they're sick. We all need to be able to stay home when we're sick. That's something this government needs to be able to talk about even after this coronavirus is done and over with. So again, this is Crystal from Coffee, Crochet, and Cuddles, reminding you to enjoy your coffee, certainly enjoy your crochet, but most of all, everybody, especially now, enjoy your cuddles. See my other cuddles? There's Cuddles. Cuddles. All right, everybody, have a good night.